funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I lay in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Eyes realize life is so much more than just living the day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and know that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The ring be looking like when blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go. It's Happy Tuesday. Hold on, I'm turning this down a little bit. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Salute. Welcome. Salute. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Salute, salute, salute. I am Urban. Appreciate y'all tuning into the stream today, man. Yeah. Yes. We are 2 days? We're 2 days away from Turkey Day, man. Yeah. We're 2 days away. I think. Wait a minute. Are we 2 days away for Thanksgiving? Wait a minute. What's today? Today is Tuesday. Yeah, 2 days. We're 2 days away for Thanksgiving, damn it. Oh man. But salute. Appreciate y'all tuning into the show, man. I'm actually looking forward to Thanksgiving, man, because that's the time of year, get to spend time with family and friends, and you know how it goes. Sometimes you don't see people in the whole entire ass year. Then you get to see them now just to see how they doing and get to hear them brag about their life, even though they would talk to in the whole damn year. As though as they got their life together, but y'all know how it is. Y'all know, especially dealing with black families, man. Where we get together, man. You see some people that you don't even want to talk to at all, man. They pull up and them be the main ones who be separate, taking about 5 or 6 different plates home with them. Man, that's crazy stuff, man. Then y'all know how it is with Thanksgiving too. We separate getting together. We all get together. Then we be holding hands like we all love each other. Kumbaya shit going on. They get somebody to lead the prayer stuff. All right, everybody, bow your heads so we can pray out the food. Come on, kids. Come on, so we can pray out the food. Come on now. So we pray out the food. Pray out the food, man. Get that one dude who's a preacher in the family, right? This nigga here feel like that he have to give a whole Easter sermon. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he feel like he got to give a whole Thanksgiving sermon. He felt like he got to give a whole Thanksgiving sermon. He said up here giving a sermon about Thanksgiving and the reason why we should give thanks because of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Do that whole entire thing. And this prayer be almost like about 20 minutes long, man. And we be like, God dang, we ready to eat. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But crazy part about it, not only myself, I know a lot of y'all are actually looking forward to that tradition. So shout out to that tradition. Shout out to that. Speaking of which, shout out to each and every last one of you who are in the building right now. Yes. We got Show Enough in the building. Salute, welcome, Show Enough. We got my boy Speak in the building. What's up with us, Speak? Yes. We got Enjoying Life 20, or I call it 2.0, or whatever we want to call it. Man, like always, I appreciate you being in the building. Yes. We got the wonderful, the infamous, behind the bar, man, the milkman in the lounge. Salute, brother. Appreciate you. We also got Miss Joe in the building as well, too. Salute. Man, he said this, we going up on the Tuesday. Yeah, we going up on the Tuesday, man. God damn. We got Miss Gertrude in the building. That's where to salute. And we got the lovely, wonderful Miss Jazz in the building. That's where to salute, Miss Jazz. Oh, no problem, bro. You know how this how we doing in the lounge, man. We don't be tripping about nothing over here at the lounge. You know what I mean? We be over here chilling, man. Even though I be triggering people over here, but yeah, we be on this mud chilling like I ain't nothing. I ain't lying. And salute once again to each and every last one of y'all, especially the ones who are catching the replay of the stream right now. Salute to you. Salute. Got Cecil in the building as well, too. Come on up. Salute. Welcome. Man, say we got another hell of a show that we're gonna do today, man. Man. We're gonna talk about these damn beta male simps. I know y'all hear me talk about them all the time, but I really didn't give a definitive definition about beta male simps, all right? Nor I never really did an actual full show dedicated talking about beta male simps. But guess what? Y'all are in for a treat today because we are going to talk about these damn beta males. Yeah. We're definitely going to talk about these beta males today. How they going around simping and doing all this weird stuff, man. And we're going to dive into it, man. I'm gonna give you a definitive definition of what it means to be a beta male simp. I'm gonna give y'all examples. I'm gonna give y'all word scenarios of being a beta male simp. I'm gonna give y'all a lot of TikTok clips and everything. And so my purpose of the show, by the end of the day, y'all will definitively know what a goddamn beta male simp is. I'm saying, man. Speak said Urban, man. I got a one on that downstream the other day. Hey, Speak, man, that stream there, man, I ain't lying, man. That stream was triggering the hell out of me for real, man.
That's bullshit.
Man, that stream you was doing with Tommy Sotomayor and Myra from Fresh and Fit. That dude. I'm surprised you had got a one on the stream. I'm surprised. I'm highly shocked because that stream wasn't even it wasn't even on YouTube. They was doing it on Rumble the whole entire time, or wherever they was doing it at. So that was kind of weird, but it's neither here nor there. But yeah, they was talking about some wild stuff on that stream, man, for real. But yeah. Miss Jazz, she said this. I can't wait to hear this. I am definitely going to take notes. Yeah, it's cool that y'all ladies going to take notes on this because y'all need to understand what a beta male simp is for real. A lot of y'all, once again, a lot of y'all be sitting up here approving this beta male simp behavior. I'm telling you, y'all really do. Y'all do. Y'all prove this behavior. Y'all just let it go around. As a matter of fact, a lot of y'all like this behavior as well, too. Y'all like it. Y'all like it a lot. Y'all like when dudes be simping on y'all for real. Y'all like this, especially them beta male simps. You know what I'm saying? We got SBK in the building. Salute, brother. Salute. Brother SBK is out on the road traveling right now, and safe travels to you. Be safe out there, man. And I know this stream is going to keep you up for real. It's going to keep you thoroughly entertained. I'm just saying. Oh, you said this for hey, speak. I kind of figure because Myra and them, they was using the N-word a little bit too much. Too much, man. But once again, that's neither here nor there with that foolishness they got going on. And that's the reason why them fools is banned from YouTube as it is, for them doing this old dumb, stupid stuff. I'm just saying, but that's neither here nor there. But let's get ready to get into this content. Mookie, I see you in the building. Salute to your brother as well. Salute. But let's go and get into this content, man. We fixing to get ready to dive into this whole concept about the beta male simp, what it looks like and everything, right? So let's go and get into this, man, because I do want to just break this thing thoroughly down for y'all, for real, all right? So without further ado, I want y'all to listen to this, all right? I want y'all to listen to what this young lady going to say about simping, all right? And I honestly believe a lot of women feel the same exact way. But let's go.
I don't think that simping is a real thing. I think it's something that men have created to distance themselves from having any affection towards women. Y'all don't want women to have positive interactions with men.
categorized as simping because the woman is taking advantage of you.
Y'all get on the internet every day and tell women how much y'all do not like women. You'd rather hang out with your friends. Why would I give her money for her nails? Why would I do this? That's simping. He's just a trick. He's a simp. Anything you do nice for a woman, men will categorize it now as simping. No, that's just being freaking nice. You guys don't want to be nice to women anymore.
Well, I want y'all to understand the argument right here. And this is just like I stated earlier. This is the argument where a lot of modern day women get confused about being a simp. All right. A lot of modern day women believe that it is okay for that said dude or that said man or that buddy, right? They believe that it's okay for the dude to do nice things for them. They honestly believe that that is acceptable behavior. Not understanding the whole concept about what is an actual simp. But we're going to break this thing down. We're going to break it down, all right? Another clip real quick. Let's get it. Same type of woman, same type of woman mindset, thinking about what a simp is.
So apparently being nice to a woman and doing nice things for her makes you a simp? Well, I need a simp. I don't know why being a simp is a bad term. Bring all the simps. It's spooky season. Bring the simps out. Like, we need simps, okay? I'm tired of a you're a weak. No. Simps get women, okay? Men who are simping, they have women around them, okay? Look at Dan Bilzerian. Look at Hugh Hefner. He simped for those women, and he had a harem of women around him. So all these men that telling you, don't be a simp, you're not going to get any women. Okay, don't be a simp if you want a man. If you want to be a rectum warrior, a part of the LGB rainbow army, rainbow community, fine. But if you want a woman, you got to be a simp, okay? Most of the men that you see women around them, if there's lots of women, they're being paid to be there. So if you want women, top tier women, you got to spend some money. It's spooky season, spend some money. Spend some money. Okay, stop listening to these men that say, don't be a simp. Simps know where it's at. They know what's up.
Really. And I want y'all to understand that a lot of women, and notice I'm saying women this time, I'm not saying modern day women, I'm saying women in general have the same type of sentiment. They have the same type of mentality, believing that this is what men supposed to do, that men's supposed to do all these things because they're a woman. Okay? And I want y'all to understand this once again. They believe that men supposed to do these things because they are a woman. Say that one more time. They believe that men supposed to do these things for them because they are a woman. There are a lot of things is wrong with that situation. But once again, we're going to break this thing down. We're going to break it down, and we're going to explain to you exactly what a simp is. But so far, everything that she was talking about, everything that the last woman was talking about, that is an absolutely no. Fellas, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not sit up here and literally lower yourself just to please a woman. Not like that. All right? So, let's check this out.
Most women do want an alpha, but there's some women that actually want the simps. So you see a woman and you see her with a guy and you automatically say he's a simp. That woman probably happy with him. You know why? Because it's about power. Not every woman like to get bossed around. You think every woman do? No, there's never all for anything. There's always that percentage of amount that's a little different. Me, I might sound like an asshole, but the best sex I ever gave to a guy when I was actually talking to guys, you know, I like the woman, you know what I'm saying? But are the bisexual guys and the guys you guys will say are feminine are the simps. Because
So wait a minute. Hold up. She stood up here said the best sex that she ever had was a dude who wasn't masculine, but basically a dude who was feminine. Not only a dude who was feminine, but also a dude who was simping for her needs or catering to her needs. Do y'all find something wrong with that? Because I do. See, here's another thing too. Whenever women hear about men being in their masculinity, right? For some strange reason, they translate that as though that is being toxic masculinity. Now, all the time on this show, we talk about toxic masculinity, okay? We do. And y'all know that I am totally against toxic masculinity. I'm for masculinity for men being masculine and have that masculine in it, but when it's toxic, that is totally different. But a lot of these women, once again, I'm not saying modern women, I'm putting all of y'all in this category because majority of all y'all think the same exact way when it comes to simping. But y'all believe that when a man is in his masculine role, right, that is equated to being toxic, when it's not. When that man is in his masculinity and he's leading, he's giving guidance, he's giving directions, he's giving you instruction, you thinking that man is taking away your freedom or choice. You thinking that man is taking away your freedom to make decisions. When that dude is not even doing that. I say this all the time too, that men, we tend to lead with emotional intelligence, meaning that we lead by example and we also lead by logic and reasoning first. Then the emotions comes last. But however, women don't lead with logic first. They lead with their emotions first. Their logic comes last to them. That's why men are more of leaders, more of a leadership role than women are. And it's not to knock and say that women are weak or anything like that. No. It doesn't mean that when it comes to critical decisions, that men tend to be way more logical than women dealing with that decision. That's what it means. But once again, it doesn't lower that woman. It doesn't make that woman seem like, she's being submissive in a bad way towards that man. No, not at all. It doesn't mean that we are just built differently. We need women to be emotional for certain situations, okay? As men. We honestly do. Once again, we need women to be emotional for certain situations. But when it comes to situations dealing with leadership, was very critical. No. Us as men, we need to be in that position. Now, I already know what y'all ladies are going to say. Y'all going to say this. Well, Urban, what about these men who are not in leadership roles? What about these men out here who are acting feminine? What about the men out here who doing all this toxic and negative thing towards not only us, but to the community? Hell, that's why we talk about this down show right now, because a lot of them fit into this category of being beta male simps. Facts. You do. But let's continue, y'all. Make sure y'all get that thumbs up.
I honestly felt safer with them, and I feel like the power was more equal exchange. I don't want the alpha. I will never want the fucking alpha. I want to be the alpha. Some women think like that. They want the power. Power, power.
Now, let me explain to you the whole definition of being a beta male simp. And I want y'all to listen to this, especially you ladies. I want y'all to listen critically, not with just your emotions, even though I know it's going to be difficult, but I want y'all to listen critically to what it means to be an actual beta male simp and what these simps do. And I guarantee when you understand the definition behind this, I guarantee that women, you do not want a man to be this way to you at all, period. It may be emotional cool, but when it comes down to the whole nuclear part of it, you is not going to want this dude to be this way at all, period. So let's break this thing down. Let's listen to what it means to actually be a beta male simp.
Gentlemen, today we're going to talk about 10 signs that you might be simping. Now, for those of you who don't know, simping is when a man excessively caters to and prioritizes a woman, often at his own expense. Let's dive into the signs. One of the clear signs of simping is when you're constantly showering a woman with expensive gifts or treating her to lavish outings, all in the hopes of winning her affection.
Listen to what he said. He said the first sign of being a simp is this dude sit up here doing all these lavish things in order to win that woman's affection. And I want y'all to think about this. It's not to get to know you, ladies. It's not for him to get to know you. It's not for him to build a relationship with you. It is simply because that dude is just trying to get something out of you, period. It's that simple. So this dude used these particular tactics to try to get to you. This is the same equivalent to back in the day, like back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? Those of y'all who are 70s, 80s, and 90s babies, right? This is the same equivalent to dudes who are called players. That's basically what it is. These dudes that's literally doing this certain thing is just the winner award. Their award is to ultimately smash you. Let's call it for what it is. To ultimately smash you. But in this modern day time with these type of men, these men not only trying to smash you, but they try to have a weird sense of a relationship with you that end up turning toxic. But let's continue.
This type of simp has a high rate of going into debt and ending up broke. Simping often blinds men to the red flags in a woman's behavior. If you find yourself overlooking obvious signs of manipulation or toxicity because you're too infatuated to see them, you're definitely simping. This type of simp has a high rate of forgiving infidelity.
Listen to this. This type of simp, he'll go into these relationship, right? And y'all always be saying this. Y'all be saying this. Oh, you're acting all emotional as a man. You're being all emotional. You wonder why? You wonder why that dude acting that way? Because that dude's a goddamn simp. He entered into the relationship as a simp. He's currently being a simp. And guess what? He's going to exit out the relationship being a simp. And not only that, he always tend to make the relationship very, very toxic. All the way to the point of what y'all ladies call being a narcissist. Yes, simps are narcissists as hell. Yes, they are.
Dropping everything at a moment's notice whenever she calls or texts. If you're always available to her beck and call, neglecting your own priorities and hobbies, you're displaying simp behavior.
And that's another thing too. Remember when I was telling y'all on one of my shows, right, that I told y'all that it is okay for you to disconnect with your one significant other. It is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to have space away from each other. Y'all remember me telling you that? But that is not true with the beta male simp. The beta male simp, he gonna always want to know where you at. He's gonna be texting you. Hell, that nigga probably have your GPS location set up in his phone. They probably have a tracker on your phone and stuff just so he know what you're doing at all time. Text you all during the day. Hey, babe, what are you doing? I'm at work. Oh, that's good. How work going? Instead of giving you that space. That's what them simps do. They don't know about boundaries at all, period. Nor they don't have a type of social life where they could just get away from you and chill with their homeboys or whoever the case may be and do things on their own like how they used to when they were single.
This type of simp has a high rate of leaving work early or showing up late. Simping thrives on seeking validation from the woman you're pursuing. If you're constantly seeking her validation and approval, fishing for compliments or reassurance, you're falling into the simp trap. Respect it.
Facts. Now, another sign too is this. If this dude needs you to validate him all the time, you need to validate his masculinity all the time, you need to acknowledge him all the time. And this also coming to the argument about women who don't like to submit to their men. Because this type of simp will violate the whole submission thing with women, where he would sit up here and literally gaslight that woman to make you think it's something wrong with her. But there's not nothing wrong with her. He just gaslighting you. He's been a narcissist. He's been controlling. He's not setting boundaries, and he feel like that you need to be in this immediate space every single time. He need for you to acknowledge him every single time. He need for you to give him compliments every single time without him reciprocating it to you. But here's a trickery part of what he do. He will use his resources as an attempt to reciprocate that to you, to make you think that he's acknowledging you, to make you think that he appreciates you, but in reality, he's not. All he's doing is leading with your pocket, leading with his pocket, leading with his wallet. Oh, I'm just gonna go buy her a dress. I'm gonna take her out on this lavish trip. But he never don't acknowledge your intelligence. He never acknowledge how wonderful of a person you are. He never don't acknowledge your character or the type of woman that you are. That's what these simps do. That's what these simps do. They're not going to acknowledge none of that because it's always going to be about them.
Boundaries is crucial in any relationship, but simps often disregard them. If you find yourself crossing her boundaries or tolerating disrespectful behavior just to keep her around, you're simping. This type of simp is more likely to become dangerously obsessed. Simping often involves being overly submissive and passive in a relationship dynamic. If you're always bending over backwards to accommodate her wishes without asserting your own needs and desires, you're a simp. This type.
And now, I want y'all to understand this part about being a simp too. These are what y'all ladies call a yes man. All right? Once again, this is what y'all ladies call a yes man. This is that type of dude where he will allow that woman to get away with anything. He would not put his foot down in no situation whatsoever. Wherever she says, that's what goes. Period. He won't give her no pushback or anything like that because he don't want to disconnect for that woman. Y'all could honestly say that dudes who are beta male simps, right? You could honestly say that they're insecure. Insecure as hell. They don't have no backbone or anything like that. They will often find these type of women who are toxic as hell too. They'll find these type of women who are toxic as hell, and they think by them being a simp, they think by them leading with their pockets, they think that they could change that woman. Make that woman or mold that woman into how the way they want them to be. But that's not true. All it do is make the situation even more toxic or make the relationship even more toxic. That's what happened. So, if you are this type of dude and you allow a woman to run over you, you that yes man type of dude, and you don't have no backbone, you don't have no pushback, you don't want to go into the fire or disagree with your woman or your wife and y'all get mad at each other and have a heated argument and stuff, right? You're afraid of that? Then, buddy, you are a goddamn simp. Have some damn backbone. Stand up for yourself. Even if she don't like it. Because at the end of the day, that is all part of being in a relationship. Relationships is not this old fairy tale ass thing that these movies and stuff try to sell to us all the time. It's not. Being in an actual relationship is dealing with disagreements. And know how to be too grown, come to the ducks, and respect each other, disagreements, and boundaries, where you still could come together at the end of the day and show respect and love for each other. That's what relationships is about. You're not going to be this perfect couple where you're going to always agree every single time, no matter what it is. It can be about political stuff. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all was having a disconnect with your relationships because of the past election. And y'all thinking that y'all relationship toxic as hell because y'all had disagreement because of the past election. No. That is normal. That is healthy for you to disagree. It is nothing wrong with that. But if you're a simp, a majority of them, guess what the majority of them simps did? Majority of them simps, they seen that they woman was voted for Kamala, right? And guess what them damn simps did? They went on and voted for Kamala too.
Beta!
Just because they woman voted for Kamala. Mm-hmm.
Beta!
Yep. That's what they did. Not because they had backbone or anything like that. Not because, you know what, I'm going to vote for Trump because I just want to vote for Trump. They did it because they woman. They let their woman sit up here and manipulate them. That's why. But let's continue, y'all.
A simp has a high rate of being manipulated and run over by women. Are you showering her with constant praises and compliments, regardless of her actions or behavior? Excessive flattery is a classic sign of simping, as you're trying too damn hard to win her favor. This type of simp has a high rate of being placed in the friend zone. Simping.
Now, this one is very common. Very common. This is that type of dude that he feel like that he got to put a woman on the pedestal. This type of simping is the dude who loves to literally put the pussy on the pedestal, where he worship the woman. Oh, good morning, queen. How you doing today, queen? Like, goddamn, the woman ain't no queen. How you doing today, queen? How you doing today, beautiful? That's a simp. Where he literally sit up here and worship that woman every single moment. With in turn that he believed that she's going to want to give him the type of notoriety that he's seeking for. But oftentimes what happened is that this type of simp end up getting put into the friend zone. This is another thing too, where this instead of this simp expressing his affection for the woman right off the bat, he'll sit up here and literally take an L and allow the woman to put him to the friend zone, allow the woman to friend him in hopes that he could be the next one. While he sit up here watching the same woman go through relationships after relationships after relationships after relationships. While the same woman is literally seeking him for refuge and advice, dealing with the relationships that she's dealing with. Can you give me advice about Pookie? Can you give me advice about Ray Ray? And this dude's so dumb, he be like, all right, I'm gonna put you on game, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you on game, yeah. You know, he do this, do that, you know, you need to do that. But in reality, she is not going to holler at that dude, period. She's going to keep that dude at the friend zone. And guess what? She's going to use that dude and manipulate that dude. And guess what? This the same type of dude that ultimately end up getting toxic as hell. Well, he end up flipping the script. Y'all see, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Well, one day that dude will sit up here and say, you know what? I'm just going to be bold. I'm going to confess my feelings. Even though that one day is over, 10 years later, he finally want to confess his feelings. Man, I want to confess my feelings. You know, I say, you know, I always been feeling for you, right? And I always been, you know, loving your stuff, right? You know. Then she like, well, why you didn't tell me that 10 years ago? You know, I'm just giving you what you need, baby. I'm just giving you what you need. I knew you needed a homie friend, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm trying to be a homie lover friend now. So what's up with it? What's up with it? You know what I mean, Mom? What's up with it? Well, I don't feel about you the same exact way. Dude be mad as hell. Mad as hell. Then he become what y'all call a villain. Right? Oh, this is where my villain arc started. No, your villain arc started a long time ago by you being a goddamn beta male.
Often stems from a deep-seated fear of being rejected. If you're terrified of standing up for yourself or risking her disapproval, you're allowing fear to dictate your actions, which is an obvious sign of simping. Ultimately, simping boils down to the lack of self-respect. If you're willing to compromise your values, dignity, and self-worth in the pursuit of a woman's affection, it's time to reevaluate your priorities and regain control of your life. So in order to refrain from ever being a simp. Here is a list of rules to start following. Rule number 1, say no more than yes. Rule number
Hey, I'm going to stop it right here for a second because rule number 1 is the most important rule. Men, rule number 1 is the most important rule that you need to follow as a man. Once again, rule number 1 is the most important rule that you need to follow as a man. It is simply saying no. Once again, it is simply the saying no. You don't have to be a yes man. It is okay to say no because sometimes that no creates boundary. Y'all know, y'all be self saying you be wanting women to respect you. You be self saying that not only you want women to respect you, but you want that woman to be your piece, right? You know where that starts? That starts by you saying no. That's where it starts. That woman is not going to respect you as long as you keep saying yes all the time. You got to learn to say no. Babe, can you go to the store for me and give me a couple of tampons? No. I'm not going to the store. No. Why not? Look, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I honestly do not feel like going to the store. Maybe I could do it tomorrow if I'm not busy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing it now. If she sit up here and give you a hissy fit over that and stuff, you already know what type of woman you're dealing with. Right off the bat. She throwing a hissy fit. She getting all mad and getting all here in her emotions. Let her. Let her. Because you know what type of woman you're dealing with. Let her. But I guarantee this. Once when she get past all that emotions and stuff, I guarantee that she going to start respecting you. Not only she going to respect you, she going to ultimately start becoming your piece. Because guess what she going to start doing? She going to start doing this. Well, I go to the store on my own. Cool. It'll start off like that. Don't worry about it. Or they'll say something like this. I'll just start about that. They'll say something like this. Don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. Okay. But they do that because they're trying to manipulate you because they knew that you was being a simp and they knew that they can manipulate you. I just do it on my own. All right. Be careful. So you mean to tell me you don't care about me going to the store out there by myself and anything can happen to me? You don't care about me doing this? No. I mean, I care, but I'm not going to allow you to manipulate me if that's what you're saying. And besides, anyway, what were you doing before we got together? What were you doing before we were even in a relationship together? Were you not going to the store on your own, doing things on your own? Right? If you was doing it on your own, what make you think that since you're in a relationship, that is stop because you got a man? No. If you're capable of doing it on your own, do it on your own. I don't care. Do it. That's the whole concept of setting that boundary. She may be mad, she may get upset, but ultimately she's going to respect it. Well, she know that she can't sit up here and get over on you. Well, she know that she can't sit up here and manipulate or use you. So, I'm putting out on game tonight.
2, don't use money to gain favor. Rule number 3, prioritize your own well-being and self-respect over others. Rule number 4, make everyone book your time. Rule number 5, give and take, but take first if opportunity arises. Rule number 6, approval from your peers and superiors only matters. Rule number 7, never wait on others. Your time is more valuable. Rule number 8, ensure that everyone you deal with has as much skin in the game as you do. Rule number 9, only give compliments when they are deserving. Rule number 10, personal goals come before relationships. But remember this, fellas, there's nothing wrong with showing genuine affection and respect for women. But simping is a toxic behavior that ultimately undermines your self-respect and dignity. Focus on building yourself up as a high-value man. And the right woman would recognize and appreciate your worth. See you on the next one.
And everything he said was dead on. Because ultimately, that's what it is about being a beta male simp. That is nothing more than toxic behavior, ladies. That's what it is. Now, once again, it is nothing wrong with generally showing your woman affection. I put it to y'all this way. It's a difference between generally showing affection versus you trying to get something out of return. And I want y'all to think about that critically. Because a lot of y'all are in simpish relationships right now. Facts. What it do? What is dude only doing the bare minimum because he want to get something in return? It may be sex, it may be some type of affection, it may be notoriety, wherever it is. But when you know you in a true relationship, it's not going to matter. It's going to be moments where you give. It's going to be moments where you take. It's going to be moments where you're not going to do anything at all. And guess what? That person is going to respect it. I said this on the panel the other, matter of fact, on SBK panel the other night. I said, in simplest terms, look, it is nothing wrong with separate disengaging with the person that you care about and love. Because if you keep on engaging that way, then guess what? It becomes an entitlement. Once again, it becomes an entitlement where that person has this expectation that you better do this thing for me. If you don't do this thing for me, then it's going to create a toxic situation. In other words, punishing that person for not doing stuff for you. A lot of y'all are either in this relationship right now or y'all seeking these type of relationships. Facts. But that relationship is toxic as hell. Once again, you should want to do things for people that you care about because you genuinely care about them. Because you genuinely want to do stuff for them. So if you genuinely want to do it, then do it. But don't think that you got to do it. And if you don't do it, then you're going to get punished for not doing it.
3 signs your ass a simp. The first thing, you treat the girl like she the best thing that ever happened in your life. Nigga, your life barely started. You put her on a pedestal like a fucking goddess. The second thing, you let her get everything her way. If she disagree with something, you go with it. If she say she wanna do some shit, you go with it. If whatever happen, y'all always do what she wanna do. Stop being a bitch. Third thing, you too clingy. You want all her attention, nigga. You ain't got time for all that shit. As a man, you can't be super clingy, bro. You ever heard of a girl being a simp? Exactly. My next video, I'm gonna show y'all how to fix that shit.
There should be no grown-ass man who's that damn clingy, period. Once again, there should be no grown-ass man who is that damn clingy, period. Ladies, if you have a grown-ass man who is super clingy, I mean, just weirdly clingy, there's something wrong with that dude. Or you're absolutely dealing with a beta male simp, and that is facts.
This is why women love simps but won't date them. If a girl has any type of social media, she needs simps to fuel the ego. That's why you'll see girls constantly posting on Twitter and on here and on IG screenshots of guys talking to themselves in their DM. Like they're literally using the simps for content. And they won't admit this, but the simp makes them feel good. Wow, me just existing, me posting pictures of myself, he gives me validation and makes me feel full. But I've also seen videos where girls say, hey, you know that one guy who DMs you every day and he stops? Damn, like what's going on? What happened? It's like they almost feel like something's wrong with them when the simp stops. So when girls hear about my page defund simping, they'll go for the okie doke. What? A simp is just a guy that treats women well. You don't want a guy to treat a woman well? I'm like, no, girl, you don't treat simps well. They may get a double tap after their 20 fire emojis. They may get a thank you, you're so sweet, but they're not getting a date. They're not getting your time. At the end of the day, simps will always be used for attention and validation, and they'll never be seen as a lover.
I want to add this into the conversation too. Those of y'all who know me, those of y'all who follow this channel, right? Y'all know that on certain days I DJ. preferably I DJ on Fridays and Saturdays nights, right? Friday night I play R&B music. On Saturday nights I play mainly hip hop club music, right? But preferably for this conversation, we're gonna talk about the R&B music. Do y'all know that even though we enjoy the 90s, 80s, and 90s R&B music, right? Do y'all know that the men who were the R&B singers of that era or that genre, right? Do y'all know that they was literally sitting up here manipulating men to be simps? They was up here encouraging men to be simps over these women. They was up here encouraging men to put these women on the pedestal and stuff. Do y'all understand that, right? Now, once again, the music is phenomenal. It's great music. It's great music to listen to. Hell, it's even great music to DJ to. It is. But we got to call a spade a spade. We got to call it for what it is. That 80s, hell, I even go back to the 70s as well too. 70s, 80s, and 90s music. That music is nothing but some goddamn simping music. It encouraged this toxic behavior. That music encouraged that toxic behavior of simping. Oh, baby, let me go and get you some flowers and some chocolates so I could go and smash you later. Do you like what I'm doing, baby? Ooh. That music is toxic as hell. It is simping, and it encouraged that behavior. So just imagine that. People, preferably men, who listen to that 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B music, right? They take that and apply it to this modern day generation. And guess what happened to them? This modern day generation end up manipulating these dudes, using these dudes, and these dudes thinking in their right mind that it's the right thing to do because they heard their artists, their favorite artists telling them to do it. Literally sitting up here being brainwashed, thinking that it's okay to do this type of toxic behavior towards these women. Simping. Then guess what they do? They get upset because they can't get their way. They get upset because these women are not treating them the way that they deserve to be treated. And guess what happened? You got it. You end up getting these communities known as the manosphere. You get these communities known as the red pill. You get these communities known as the blue pill. You get these communities talking about passport bros. This is where all this bullshit is coming from. It's from being brainwashed and manipulated to this type of music that I'm telling y'all right now. Be manipulated to the music, and they using these tactics on this modern day generation, and these women sit up here that's eating them up and spitting them out. And they end up getting mad, getting upset, that they sit up here saying men going their own way and all kind of stuff. Mid-toe and all this stuff, because they mad because these women manipulate and use them. Not understanding that the whole reason why they're in the situation they are to begin with in the first place, because they was brainwashed, thinking that simping is easy, thinking that simping is okay, thinking that it is okay for you to lower yourself as a man. It is okay to lower your masculinity as a man in order to get a woman. Instead of allowing that woman to respect you as a man, to respect your overall character as a man. But instead, you sit up here simping and pretending to be something that you're not. And getting mad at these women. That is absolutely facts. Now, once again, I DJ the hell out the music for entertainment purposes. I do. But at the end of the day, I understand the lyrics to them songs. I understand what these songs are doing to certain type of men out there. Now, there's some men like myself, we could discern the difference between straight up entertainment versus real life. You know what I'm saying? Where we could discern that, hey, this is just a song. It is not that damn deep. Versus other dudes, they be like, shit, yeah, I got to do everything they saying. I got to do everything what Jodeci, H-Town, and all them saying. It apply that to my everyday life. And they do. They'll apply that to their immediate reality. Going to getting women flowers and roses and stuff, right? A matter of fact, y'all want to know two of the biggest epic fails in this modern day generation dealing with simper, right? The first fail is dealing with what's that dude now? Russell Wilson. The first fail with dealing with simpers with Russell Wilson. Now I know y'all finna give me some pushback on Russell Wilson, and y'all gonna sit up and say, "Oh no, Urban, don't you talk about Russell Wilson?" Russell Wilson is the epitome of being a goddamn beta male simp. This dude would not have no backbone for Sierra, period. He let that woman do whatever the hell she want when she want. This woman would sit up here embarrass the hell out of it, and he doesn't accept, it's a Sierra. That's a Sierra. Not only this dude is a simp, this dude literally sit up here, took on another dude, family, and everything. I want y'all to understand this. On my podcast, right, I say this. I say that I believe that if you're a single mother, you should only date single fathers. If you're a single father, you should only date single mothers. A man who is single should not have no damn business dating, let alone get into a relationship with a single mother, period. Period. Meaning that a man who do not have no children, none whatsoever, shouldn't be getting into no relationship with a single mother, period. He should be getting into a relationship with a woman who is single just like him. Because they do not have no commonality in that situation. They don't. They don't. But that's what men like Russell Wilson and them do. They feel like they could be a captive, save a single mother, get into this relationship, right? And now you sit up here dealing with the baby daddy, which in this case is Future. Guess what? Speaking of Future, do y'all know that Future also took an L as well too of being a goddamn simp? Matter of fact, Future had did a song talking about him being a simp. I don't know if y'all remember it, but he did a song in the video showing him being a simp. On the video, right? This video was showing Future set up here simping for this woman. He was set up here getting her candy, flowers, and it was on Valentine's Day, wherever it was, right? And he was set up here showing how he was simping for this woman, but ultimately he ended up getting the short end of the stick because he decided to be a simp. Yeah, exactly. That video with Kevin Salmon. Yeah, facts. Yeah. Facts. Where he ended up getting the short end of the stick. So these dudes sitting up here taking L's all over the place by being simps. But yet it's still, ladies, y'all look at this and y'all like, yeah, Russell Wilson, he is the greatest man ever. No, that dude is a simp. All it's going to take, I'm telling y'all, all it's going to take is one situation that happened where Sierra's going to disconnect from Russell Wilson. I'm telling y'all. Currently, right now, Russell Wilson is not doing as good as he used to be as a quarterback in the NFL. He's not. The reason why is because his body is getting older now. His body is getting older, so he's incapable of doing the things like he was when he was younger. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because ultimately, Russell Wilson is no longer is going to have that substantial income that attracted Sierra to him. that income gonna slowly start diminishing if it's not already right now. And guess what? Sierra is not gonna take care of Russell Wilson. And you want to know the reason why? It's because Sierra, just like women, believe that it is the man's responsibility to do what? Protect and provide for them. Right? And so the moment when that man starts losing his ability to protect and provide, guess what? That woman is going to disconnect from that man. She's going to look at that man as being weak. And all it's going to take is that one moment. And guess what? That's when Russell Wilson going to crack as a simp. He going to sit up and say, I done did everything for you, woman. I took her, be the father for a child that even mine. I just sit up here and did this for you. When you was going around and posting semi-nude and stuff on videos, I supported that and stuff. I did this and that and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me you can't support me and my Lord Star? She gonna say no. And that dude gonna feel some type of way. He gonna crack. He gonna become toxic. And y'all gonna say on the news, mark my words, y'all gonna see it on the news, and all y'all ladies, oh my God, I need to find me a Russell Wilson. That dude gonna end up cracking, and y'all gonna be like, Russell Wilson did what? Watch.
This is the number one sign that you're a simp. The number one sign that you're a simp is that you lead with your wallet. Nothing else screams beta male simp than a man who decides that his only way of attracting women is to show his resources, is to lead with the money that he has. Men who lead with their money don't care about self-improvement. They would just rather pay for it. And they hope that their resources are good enough to make the women like them. In my opinion, these are the worst kind of dudes. So if you're a guy who's leading with your wallet, you're a simp. You want women to find you attractive. You want a woman to be a part of your life. You want your resources to be something that she gets as a benefit of being a good person to you, not just what you attract her with.
Facts. Big facts. I agree. Now, it would be right for me to talk about, simps and beta male simps and stuff, right, without hearing the beta male simps themselves. Of course, the beta male simps going to have pushback on this, okay? Of course, the beta male simps is going to sit up here and use this unemotional intelligence to convince y'all that simping is easy and this is what you're supposed to do. Case in point, Exhibit A.
Fellas, there's nothing wrong with being a simp for a girl that you love. Because in a woman's eyes, there's nothing more attractive than a man that admits he wants her, communicates, doesn't leave her on red, and has eyes only for her.
Listen to what this simp is talking about. He's saying there's nothing wrong for you to sit up here and do these things for this woman that you love. Now, once again, like we stated earlier, right? Like how we established earlier, it is nothing wrong with you legitimately want to do things for the person that you love because you legitimately care about them and you love them. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're doing it with the expectation or the entitlement thereof, then there's a problem with that. And that's what these simps is talking about. Exhibit B.
Girl, if you can go golfing with the boys.
Oh, Lord, let's go back.
What I'm tired of hearing is simp this, beta that. Oh, you're whipped because I want to let my girl know who I'm with. Or what time I'm going to be home. Or you want to ask your girl if you can go golfing with the boys. But
listen to what this goddamn fool said. You're a simp because you got to get your girl permission. Hell yeah, you goddamn simp. If you got to sit up there and literally ask for your girl, your woman, your wife permission for you to do something, bro, you're a beta simp. Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah, you are. Absolutely you are. What grown man would sit up there and need permission as though they woman is their mama. Riddle me that. Asking for permission to do something as a grown man, that is diabolical as hell. It is. Urban. What about it's a double standard, right? It's a double standard. Hell yeah. Even if a woman sit up here asking permission for their man for them to do something, that's some absolutely bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Both of y'all are two grown, competent adults. You don't need to get permission to do things that you already been doing. You don't. Now, let me throw this out here so y'all don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It is nothing wrong with being respectable and letting your man or your woman know what you're doing so they know where you at or your whereabouts just in case you need to help them in a situation. It is nothing wrong with that at all. It is nothing wrong with saying, hey, babe, I'm ready to go to X, Y, and Z, all right? I'm going to be at this place at this particular time doing this particular thing. It is nothing wrong with doing that. Nothing wrong with that. Because you're showing that you care about them, and you also showing that you're protecting them as well, too. Because you know where they at, just in case they need you. Nothing wrong with that. But when you sit up here literally asking for permission to do something? Oh, hell no.
That's bullshit.
Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
Home. Or you want to ask your girl if you can go golfing with the boys.
Commander, salute.
But you're simp. You're beta because you got to ask your girl permission. You know what? If that makes me a simp, that makes me beta, then that's just what I am. Because I have this thing called respect in my relationship and a respect for my girl, and that's what I expect from her. I expect her to let me know when she's going to be home when she's out with the girls. I expect her to let me know who she's with.
See, ladies, this is why I'm also talking to y'all as well too, so y'all can understand this toxic ass behavior. Listen to what he's saying. He said he expect that from you. Expect, meaning that it is a entitlement, like I was saying. It is a entitlement that he demand that you do this. You can safely say that this is a toxic, controlling, narcissistic behavior. You can simply say that this dude is in a toxic, narcissistic ass relationship. Facts.
And we all want to talk about what is masculine nowadays and say that that's not masculine. Bro, you can have common respect for your girl and still be masculine. We need to drop these dumbass terms and really start being real men about this shit.
This, God damn it, this fool sitting up here talking about that you need to be a real man about this shit. God damn.
Beta. Beta.
So, I'm speechless, kinda. I made a video yesterday about Kevin Samuels being an old pimp, and shockingly enough, there were a bunch of dudes in my comment section trying to defend this guy, right? They were calling me all kinds of names, told me I was a simp and a beta male. Let me give you youngsters some advice, which I hope you're youngsters. I hope you're in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s talking this bullshit, you're going to be alone for a long ass time.
This Negro said that if you in your 30s and 40s, hell, even 20s, talk about this day, you're going to be alone for a long ass time. Not knowing that majority of us who are talking about this, we're in relationship. Like me right now, I'm married and I'm talking about this. I'm married talking about this. So I'm in a great relationship.
Listen, real men don't need to chop down women down to their level, okay?
Well, why do men like him thinking that, well, when you talk about things like this, right, on this level, that it means that you're chopping women down, that you knowing women, when it's not. This very thing that we're talking about right now is actually contrary to that. This thing that we're talking about right now is actually not only helping the man in this situation, but it's actually helping the woman at the same time to understand the behavior behind this simping. Because this simping is toxic. It is. It is nothing regular masculine about it at all. It is very toxic. When you recognize the behavior, what you should do is that you want to do better. You'll be able to vet out these type of, and I'm talking to y'all ladies, you'll be able to vet out these type of men who doing this type of behavior because they're not doing it for the best interest for you. They're not doing it because they want to get to know you for you. They're doing it because they just simply want something in return. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Men elevate themselves and then are pursued by women, right? If a woman is not pursuing you, it's because you didn't give her shit to pursue.
Oh my God. God damn.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
Lord Jesus. Man. How many men do you know personally that have a marriage relationship like yours? To be honest with you, Jazz, not a lot. I'm gonna be dead serious with you. Not a lot. There are many in my circle, in my closeness circle, who have a relationship very similar like mine, who are not simps in that relationship, who in return, they have a great relationship with their wives. It's very few of them in my circle. But majority of them that I know, Speaking of talking about marriage and stuff, right? So I know that throughout this whole entire one podcast, we've been talking about simping, dealing with, relationships, right? We've been dealing with dudes trying to find relationships. And I've been showing y'all the different signs about being simps, being beta male simps, different things like that. So what about men who are actually simps and they're married? How do that look like? What do that look like? I want y'all to listen to this dude because many married men have this type of same mentality, just like what this dude finna ready to say right now. And I want y'all to listen closely to this.
We called a simp. I didn't even know what a simp was. I was like, man,
we had to look it up.
I said a simp. I said, what in the world is a simp? And then I saw it and it was like willing to do whatever it is, anything for a woman. Man, you know my name then, because of course I'll do anything for you. That doesn't make me a simp. It makes me a husband, right? It makes me somebody that wants to.
Listen to the bullshit that this dude just said.
That's bullshit.
He said that makes me simple because I'm being a husband. No, you are not being a husband by being a simp. You're not. Run it back.
Was a simp. And then I saw it and it was like willing to do whatever it is, anything for a woman. Man, you know my name then, because of course I'll do anything for you. That doesn't make me a simp. It makes me a husband.
I'm gonna say this too. This is going to be very, very, very controversial, but it is what it is. It is what it is. SBK, if you're listening to this on the road, bro, this would be another moment that you're going to talk about on your show Sunday. What I'm about to get ready to say, bro. I believe that you shouldn't do every single thing for your woman. I don't. You shouldn't do every single thing for your woman. Hell, I flip it around and say a woman shouldn't do every single thing for their man. You shouldn't. Why? Why would you do that? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you want to do every single thing for them just to prove that you're a husband? I'm going to do every single thing for my wife just to prove that I'm a husband to her. Why? That's stupid as hell. Just like what we were saying earlier about being a yes man, I'm putting it out here, there are some yes husbands as well too. There are some yes husbands out there who literally say yes to anything that their wife asks them. I just got to talk to y'all about Russell Wilson, right? Yes, babe. Yes, babe. I'm going to do anything for you. I'm going to die for you. The hell? Even when I hear stupid, dumb shit like that, I die for you. I put my life on the line for you. If you got to verbally speak that into existence, then you're a goddamn beta male simp. Cure the song.
Wow, you didn't really have to do all that. That was so kind of you. So I have this special song just for you.
Just for you.
Here we go. I just wanna be a beta male for life. I know I'm trying to eliminate that shorty's strife. Everything just feels so right. I am never gonna stop simping at all.
Bro, you gotta stop simping on every level, even when you married, man. Because once again, even then, there are certain boundaries that you have to establish, even in marriage, man, where it is okay to say no. When you say no, that doesn't mean that you're toxic. It don't. Man, do y'all know that women, they'll say no to us as often as they can, right? Do you know that? I'm pretty sure y'all know. Hey, babe, want to make love tonight? Nope. Hey, babe, can you fix me something to eat tonight? Nope. Hey, babe, can we do this? Nope. It's easy for a woman to say no. And you said yourself here being a goddamn simp, like, okay. But when it comes to a man saying no to a woman, the reason why that woman is going to act up with you, the reason why that woman is going to throw a hissy fit, the reason why, as y'all say, women behaving as children, right? The reason why she get into that emotional behavior is because you allowed that simpish behavior to begin with in the first place. Instead of setting a boundary right then and there from the beginning. That's why. Let's continue, y'all.
Right. It makes me somebody that wants to make sure that my wife is taken care of, wants to make sure that my wife can trust me. If my wife is saying, hey, I'm going to allow you to lead. See, I don't think a lot of men understand that is when a woman says, hey, I'm going to submit. What she's really saying is, I'm going to allow you, just you, not a million other dudes, I'm going to allow you to lead. And that's such a responsibility.
Listen to this bullshit. He set up here said that the woman, when she's talking about she's going to submit, she's going to allow you to lead. When I heard the word allow, that means entitlement to me. That's what it simply means to me. Not out of because you respect that man. Not out of you want to be that man peace. Not out of you absolutely trust that man. You want to allow him to do a certain situation until you say thereof you don't want him to do it no more. That's what it sounds like to me. I would allow him to lead until he proved me otherwise that he shouldn't. Which it always be a otherwise. So y'all do understand that, right? All you got to do is one little thing to slip up. And that woman gonna simply say, you're not a leader. Am I lying? One little slip up. It'd be one little slip up where you forgot to stop by the grocery store to get her something. It'd be one little slip up like hell. Some of y'all beta simps be set up here cheating in your relationship. Be that slip up. You're no longer a leader. Hell, dude could lose his job. No longer a leader. Because you lost your job. You don't got no money. You're no longer a leader. Dude could want to lose his performance of have a sex like he used to. Where he used to put her into Pound Town every night, and he started losing that ability for whatever reasons, health reason, whatever the case may be. Guess what? No longer a leader in her eyes. Because the whole concept isn't because she actually respected you. It's because it was an entitlement, because you set the stage. You set the expectations of that entitlement by you being a down simp. Wow.
I'm going to allow you to lead. See, I don't think a lot of men understand that is when a woman says, hey, I'm going to submit. What she's really saying is, I'm going to allow you, just you, not a million other dudes, I'm going to allow you to lead. And that's such a responsibility, because for me, the first thing leadership meant to me was getting myself right with God, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I needed to be led. I'm like, okay, God, I need to get this thing right, because I want to make sure that the marriage that my parents had, the marriage that a lot of other parents or a lot of other people have.
I got to say something else too, man. There's this part right here when he's talking about this God thing. I got to say something, but I'm going to let y'all hear it again so y'all understand where I'm coming from on this.
I want to make sure that the marriage that my parents had, the marriage that a lot of other parents or a lot of other people have, I don't want that. I don't want that. But I also want to make sure that the most important thing is that when our kids grow up, they have that understanding too. Right. When they look at you.
Hold on. Let me rewind it back just a little bit more. Oh, here it is. This part by God. Here it is. All right.
Responsibility, because for me, the first thing leadership meant to me was getting myself right with God, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I needed to be led. I'm like, okay, God, I need to get this thing right, because I want to make sure that the marriage that my parents had, the marriage that a lot of other.
Now, here is another extremely controversial thing that I'm feeling good to say, y'all. I had came to the conclusion on this. I came to the conclusion that whenever I hear what men, grown men, sit up here say that, hey, I need to be led by God, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The whole hierarchy thing was God, man, wife, then children, right? My pushback on that is that I'm not disrespectful towards, God or Most High God or even the Creator or anything like that, but I believe that a man shouldn't even be led by God. Say it again. I believe a man shouldn't even be led by God. Period. Reason why I say that is because even during the whole creation thing, right? And that's my opinion on this. Even through the whole creation thing, creating Adam and Eve, right? When God created Adam, biblically, right? God never told Adam to be under his leadership. Y'all do know that, right? Go back and read Genesis. God never told Adam to be under his leadership. God simply told Adam, after when he created him, is that he will have dominion over the earth and everything. God never said that he's gonna have dominion over these things because he's under him or anything like that, or he's under God direction. A matter of fact, God had gave Adam the charge of naming everything on the earth, every single thing on the earth. God didn't tell Adam to name every single thing on the earth. God gave him the opportunity to do that. In other words, he had freed him to do that. So that whole concept about God, under the leadership of God and stuff like that, that's why I get pushback on. Because God never told him that. God never said that. We assume that that's what God said. And therefore, that's how the way it been. And so, I believe that God gave all of us free will, where we make decisions based on what we do, based on our actions. I believe that. I honestly do. Even when God created the woman Eve and stuff, right? God never said that it's going to be this divine order, God, husband, wife, children. Never said that. That's something we made up to make us feel good, to make our pride and ego feel good, honestly. It ain't even scripturally possible for that to happen. Urban, what about in the New Testament? What about in the New Testament talking about Galatians and Ephesians and stuff, where it's talking about husband, love your wife as God loves the church. What about that, Urban? What about that? Let's talk about it. Even in that scripture, that is simply talking about respecting each other. That's what it's talking about. Hence what we talking about right now with this whole simp thing. Where a dude who is a simp, he's not going to respect his wife because he's a damn simp. Let alone respect himself. Because he's a simp. He's a beta male simp. I'm just saying. But let's continue, y'all.
The parents or a lot of other people have. I don't want that. I don't want that. But I also want to make sure that the most important thing is that when our kids grow up, they have that understanding too. Right. When they look at you, Adonis will say, hey, I know.
Have a good night, Commander.
Because I saw my mother model that.
Because he saw not his father, but he seen his mother model that. Final argument tonight, y'all, is this. I was just talking about Adam and Eve, right? I want y'all to hear his perspective on this situation. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this, all right?
Adam was weak. He allowed Eve to get in his head. Eve, she was listening to the snake, right? She was listening to Satan. Satan was telling her all kind of shit. You can be like a man. You can do what he do. Why you following Adam? He following God. Why would you follow Adam, right? And her being the weaker vessel, she listened to him, right? But guess what? She convinced Adam the same shit Satan was trying to sell her, right? And us human beings on this earth have been in a fallen state ever since. If you're a man watching this video, you represent the masculine principle. You represent Adam. Stop allowing Eve to trick you out of your position in this life as a man. Stop allowing Eve and the devil to trick you, bro. All right? Wake the hell up.
So what do y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Do you think Buddy was dead on about this? Where he simply said, hey, don't allow that Eve in your life to sit up here and manipulate you and trick you to think that it's okay for you to be a goddamn beta male simp. Y'all think he was spot on with that? I believe that he was. I believe that he was absolutely spot on because when you think about it, that's exactly what happened. Adam ultimately ended up simping out over Eve And by him simping, that dude had lost everything. Everything. Over simping. Now I want y'all to think about this, right? There's situations where men out there right now, they sit up here, just like what Buddy was saying at the beginning of this video, where he was giving y'all the definition of being a beta male simp, right? Ultimately, he was saying that you need to build yourself up when you be this high value man, right? Imagine you building yourself up to be this high value man, right? You build yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, right? You build yourself all the way up, right, to get with a woman, and that woman tear it all the way down. Imagine that. That's exactly what happened with Adam. That dude was at his highest plateau. But one day, Eve decided that she wanted to go off script and do whatever it is that she wanted to do, which she was fine. She could do that. But ended up turning up the whole entire thing. And dudes be dealing with this right now. And in real time, dudes be simply dealing with this. In real time. Where they be having businesses and everything. And they get with the wrong woman. Get with the wrong woman because they sit here being a simp. Get with the wrong woman, and that woman up turn all the way up. Everything that he built. Real talk. That's why, men, it is important for you to understand what simping is. It is important for you to understand what a beta male simp is. Furthermore, it is important for you to get away, to unlearn about being a simp, because it's just not going to work in your favor. Now, these women out here, right, they're going to continue to manipulate you. They're going to continue to use you. They're going to continue to drain all your resources possible for their benefit, especially these modern day type women who are out there right now. They're absolutely going to do that. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to use you. They're going to abuse you. And guess what? You're going to know created this villain arc, right, where you end up hating all women and all this weird stuff. Not only because of what the woman did to you, but simply because you decided to be a simp in the beginning of the relationship. My brothers, my fellas, it's time out to stop the simping. It's time out to stop the beta mailing. It's time out for you to truly step up and be a man with purpose for real. That is absolutely facts. It's time for you to step up. These women right now, I hear them all the time saying, Urban, we need men to step up and be leaders. We need men to step up and be leaders. We need men to step up and love us. We need men to step up and do this. Cool. But in order for that man to do that, first of all, he needs to understand what it truly means to be a man. Second of all, he needs to understand that the things that he learned in his past, especially that damn simping, listening to these R&B songs, right? Even listening to your pappy or your grandfathers and stuff in the past, all that shit is some absolutely bullshit for real.
That's bullshit.
That man needs to unlearn all that. He needs to unlearn all that. Get rid of that. That man needs to be cleansed. That man needs to be cleansed to the point where he's a child again, learning all over again. That's where he need to be at. Where he start unlearning to learn all over again about being a man. Forget what Pappy was doing. Forget what your daddy was doing. Forget what your one uncles was doing and saying. Forget what these R&B artists was teaching you how to do and stuff as well too. Forget that. And learn all over again what it means to be a man. When you start learning yourself all over again and seeing what it takes to actually be a man with purpose, to be a man of stature, to be literally a high value man for real, then that's when these women are going to look at you as far as leadership. That's when these women are going to respect you. That's when these women are literally going to submit to you. That's when it's going to happen. And guess what? Guess what? They're going to submit to you not because they're afraid of you. They're gonna submit to you not because you're toxic. They're gonna submit to you because they respect you as a man. And by nature, they're gonna automatically submit. Because they're gonna trust you. They're gonna honor and respect that. Because they know you're a man of status. They know you're a man of high value, and they know that you're not going to do nothing to jeopardize your status, period. And so they're going to trust that. They know that you're not going to be toxic at all, period. They know that. It's not going to be no allowing this and allowing that. They're going to willfully want to do it. But the only way that's going to happen is for you as a man to step up in your position as a leader, as a man, and stop all this goddamn beta male simping. Stop doing all this bullshit where you feel like you need to do this just to get a woman. Stop that. Cut it out. Just like when Michael Jordan say, stop it, cut it out. Get some help. And guess what? Your brother Urban is here to help you. Cut it out. Because it ain't worth it at all. Because all they're going to do is put you into a space where you don't need to be as a man. Where you don't be in a goddamn beta.
Beta!
Hell, we're in a fallen state simply put because the man, my brothers out here, is simply being a goddamn beta.
Beta!
Simply like it ain't nothing. Because they don't know who they are. It's time for y'all to get a reality check. It's time for y'all to get an identity check as well too, so you can understand who exactly you are. It's time for y'all to stop looking up to those silly young people who are out there. It's time for y'all to stop doing that. And start looking towards people of a sound mind who got stature, who's going to teach you properly how to be a man. So other than that, y'all, what do y'all think about my overall breakdown about the beta male simp and what it is? So what do y'all think about that? How y'all feel about that? Preferably with y'all ladies as well too. Since I explained this to y'all, since I broke it down, I done show y'all these different clips about it. We done gave you definitions about it. We done gave you the pros, the cons about it, everything. Ladies, how y'all honestly feel about this? Do you honestly, in your right mind, truly want to seek out a man? You truly want to seek out a man who's a simp? You truly want to seek out a man who's up here doing all these things for you? Do you truly want that? That little short-term thing, do you truly want that? If you say yes, then you need to question yourself even as a woman. You do. Because that is not healthy at all. It's something wrong. It is literally something mentally wrong with you. If you say, yes, Urban, I'm looking for that simp. Something wrong with you. It's something mentally wrong with you, for real. I'm just saying. Hey, my boy Lonnie, he like, bro, man, you should drop the link for this. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should drop the link for a free moment? Let y'all pull up real quick, have a conversation with everybody real quick. What do y'all think? Put a 1 in the chat if you like for Urban to drop this link real quick. Put a 2 in the chat and we will end this show. 1 in the chat to drop the link. 2 in the chat. We're in this show. We will just call it for what it is, y'all. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Once again, appreciate everyone who tuning into the stream right now, and also the ones who are catching the replay of this great stream. Appreciate you. All right, so we got a couple of ones here. We got ones. Hey, gas mask. I see you, bro. Salute gas mask. But hey, your vote only counts one time, gas mask. So cut it out. Your vote only counts as one vote. So cut it out. Don't be sitting up here trying to rig the election. God damn it. But yeah, I don't care, man. I could drop the link, man. I drop the link for y'all real quick, man. I ain't tripping at all. I mean, you know what? Hold up. No, I'm dropping my one. What's called link. I'll drop it for y'all. Here you go. I got y'all. Oh man, y'all wild as hell. Hold up. I got y'all. Oh shoot. Give me 1 second, y'all. He talking about some word glitch. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. Here y'all go. Pull up, because I'm curious to want to hear what y'all got to say about this whole topic, y'all. So pull up that's the link, and I got it blocked where you don't have to cam up or nothing like that. I got the one camera disabled. All right, so pull up. Come holler at your boy and let me know what you think about this whole retire topic. All right, and I got it enabled where you can rename yourself as well too, so you don't have to have your government name up there or nothing like that. All right, you can change your name. Okay, but I disabled the camera where you don't have to be on camera. All right, so. Come on, pull on up. Let me know what y'all think about this whole entire topic, so we can get to this conversation. All right, so let's get it. Let's get this conversation going. Man. Oh man, give me one moment. Let me get you up here, Lionel. I see you. Mm, 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 mm. Duh, duh, duh. Go ahead, Lionel. Thank you, muted. Duh, 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 duh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Give me one moment. Let me get you up here real quick, man. Mm, mm, mm. All right, go ahead.
I was saying it in the chat. How you doing, man?
Salute. Welcome, man. Welcome.
I was saying in the chat how I see married men all the time talk like that guy we just saw.
Facts.
And I work with a lot of older guys who talk just like this guy. But I've also met plenty of these men growing up. And now they work under me.
And then the computer job I do, where I have employees from India, they talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we see this in everyday life. Of course, some people will say in their circle they don't see this, and that's great. However, I see this on a larger level. A lot of these guys feel like they have to be simps to keep their woman happy or to maintain the woman.
Facts. I agree.
Can't be giving your woman everything just because she asking for it.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Because when you do things like that, that she's not gonna even respect you as a man.
Nope.
All she gonna do is use and abuse you. That's it. And then you're gonna get all mad.
And then they're gonna have that red pill moment.
Mm-hmm. So now not only red pill, so some of them they'll go blue pill, they'll go mental, depending on how severe it was.
You know, I said Russell Wilson, but I actually might have to give an honorable mention to Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny,
I think
man.
Destiny definitely might have him beat.
Yeah.
Because Destiny told us how he did everything for this girl, defended her and all, even though their relationship was a wreck behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who literally was talking crap about Destiny, she was sleeping with him.
And that boy sitting up here just battering it up.
He might win the award of the year for beta male. Because he wasn't getting what he wanted from the woman.
Yep. So it wasn't. And the sad part about it on Destiny, he was set up here going on all them other people's shows like Just Pearly
Yup.
Things and everybody else show, debated people doing all this stuff, man. And that dude.
He did all that trash talking, and everybody was warning him about his girl.
Mm-hmm. Telling him that his girl's for the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And she did. She literally left him for the streets.
Facts.
For a very feminine guy.
Listen to what you said, right? Listen to it. You said for a very feminine guy, meaning that she went back and got another one simp.
Yup.
And that's what these type of one women do. They'll keep continue the cycle of getting these type of simps because that's like what the other woman said earlier in the show, right? She said that, hey, us lady, we love these type of dudes. For the simple fact they know they can get what they want when they want, and they know they can manipulate and control these dudes.
I saw the whole stream where he was talking about the story, looking like he was about to break down. Outright told her, I want you to stop messing with this dude. She told him no.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, Russell has it bad in a different way, though. And you've outlined some of the points of that. But we've seen in public Sierra's reactions to this man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I believe a lot of stuff that Sierra does, she do it intentionally. Not to try to boost her career, but she purposely do certain stuff.
She told us her man is happy that she's an independent woman.
You know, I also have an issue with that. But when I hear women say that they're independent when they're married, because to my understanding, when you marry, that means that you're interdependent, right?
No, you're not independent no more.
Now I'm talking about interdependent, meaning that you have a certain type of dependency
No,
on your
you
own,
do.
but
Yeah,
you're also dependent on your significant other as well too.
exactly. But you have women champion her.
Hmm. Ladies in the chat, do y'all believe in that? Do y'all believe that when you marry, that you still an independent woman? Do y'all believe in that? Do y'all agree with that? Cause I don't. I don't.
What's funny is that there's something you pointed out, and I might make jokes about this, but at the end of the day, the reality is it's men that taught these that taught the men today how to be simps.
I agree.
It's the men that told no that taught these guys that it's okay to drag a piano out in the desert and sing to this girl that's not even your girlfriend. To go sing in the rain outside of her bedroom to show your affection.
Yep. So what
Yeah,
else
it's
crazy?
Valentine's. Come out of pockets for her
Yep. Yep. Come out of pocket for it with nothing in return.
with nothing in return. And then you'll have men saying, hey, you're a man. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hmm. Oh well, they'll get something in return. They'll get a body, and that's the whole reason why these women, right, especially the modern day women, they sit up here have that type of entitlement. Talking about, well, it's his job to do all these different things, right? And what I'm gonna give in return is my body. Like that's it. That's all you have to give with just your body. That's it.
So I know you've heard this before because I've been hearing it for the last 10 years. A lot of these women are hyped on their ego because they're saying that these guys are doing all this for them, but they're not even giving their body in return.
Yeah.
So these dudes aren't even getting the body. They just getting a little attention from a pretty girl.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard of that.
And the women are
That
bragging about it.
yeah, that's them same dudes who be in the friend zone too, right?
Yeah, they be in a, it don't even be the friend zone though. Some of them do, absolutely. Some of them do, but some of these guys, the women know these guys want them, but all I gotta do is, give him a little attention for a while. He'll pay my rent. He might pay my car note, buy me groceries. And these women will sit and brag that they didn't have to do nothing other than look cute or smile, and he did this for them.
Hmm. Yep. And that
And then
is
now,
crazy.
and I have stories where the girls are like, eventually the guy's like, okay, you're gonna give me some sugar, and she ghosts them. On to the next one.
Hmm. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
So they not even getting the bodies anymore. They just getting this girl's existence essentially, just knowing about her. And it's like, yeah, I hope you pay your car note. Yeah, I'll help fix that Mercedes you got. Might even pay it off. Yeah, I'll fix you up in a new apartment.
Yep.
And these are the older men that are enabling this.
Yep. The older man that's part of that generation. That 90, 70, 80s, and 90 generation.
Yep. So they're enabling it. And then you got these young boys who are looking at this. Why wouldn't they replicate it?
Facts. Facts. See, some of y'all got to understand the reason why I be talking about conversations like this, preferably this conversation. Now, I had admitted this a long time ago, and I'm admit it again on this show as well too. Once upon a time, me myself used to be in that era of being a simp. The only reason why I was in that area of being a simp because that was how the way I was taught. I was taught to my grandfather. I was taught to my uncles. I was taught to my father. And on top of that, listening to this R&B music and stuff so that per encouraging the behavior or enabling the behavior. So imagine being brainwashed and stuff, right? Going through all that, then being brainwashed, and then you end up becoming older, right? Then you end up going through your process of dating, whatever, right? To come to find out that you actually the toxic one. Because ultimately, that's what it is. Being a beta male simp is a toxic behavior. It's a toxic mental behavior, for real. And that is something that you need to unlearn from. Just like I had to go through the process of detoxing myself from all that, unlearning all of that. That's why I could honestly come up and talk to y'all about this, because I used to be that way. But I steered away from that way. I saw the light. Shoot, I repented.
No, man. I said it in the chat. Like, I simped for a girl, and my mom tore me in half.
So now, mom.
I'm dead serious. My mom tore me up. And I mean, she ain't whooped me or nothing, but she basically let me know, like, dude, what is wrong with you? She taught like you, basically, you don't love yourself. What's wrong with you? You need to get this shit together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't raise you to be like this. Outright told me you need to treat this woman like total trash.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I never looked back. I never looked back. But she got my head out when I was in that zone, trying to be a 90s R&B singer.
Yeah, not you sitting up here writing a love letters and stuff, bro.
I mean, that's why I can say it too.
Hey, buddy was up here writing love letters on spraying cologne on her and stuff.
Man, trying to get Maya's attention.
Not Maya.
Trying to get Maya's attention. But no, I'm like, I can admit it. It definitely happened. I definitely learned from it. And when I see these other guys, it's like, nah, man, you can't be like this. This isn't the dating game.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're around so many older guys that are literally telling you about their marriages, and they sound like the video you just put out.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
They sound like that guy, but they're not happy. They don't have nothing positive to say. And women always ask, why are these guys married then? It's always their question. But I'm very curious as to how many women actually ask their husbands, are you happy?
Yeah. That's good. That's
many
good.
men, too many husbands can count on their hand. And this is guys who've been in decade-long relationships plus can count on their hands how many times their woman showed any real concern about their happiness.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Ladies in the chat right now, and also those of y'all who are going to catch the replay of the stream or watching the replay of the stream. If you're a woman, have you ever asked your husband or your boyfriend or whoever it is, your companion, whoever you want to call it, right? Have you ever took the time out and asked them, are you happy? Now I know that it be times where other women would ask that, right? The dude be at work or whatever. They'll ask that, you're married? Yeah, I'm married. Are you happily married? or are you happy in your relationship?
That's not a question these women on average be asking these guys. They just assume it. But
Mm-hmm.
yet, I tell the stories to women how I'm constantly working around married men, and all they do at work is complain about their woman or their entire relationship.
Yep.
It's like they have to find a way to vent and get all that out. They have nothing good to say about their woman. And this is me being a manager at multiple different stores under with numerous people under me in numerous different states. Same story.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Facts. And
So
I
I
can relate
know
to
these
that.
women are, go ahead.
No, so I can relate to that.
I know these women aren't asking this question. They can't say with a straight face that they're asking this, not at large, because it's all about me, 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 or what can he do for you? But then they'll talk about balance. It should be a balance. It should be a partnership.
Mm-hmm. A goddamn partnership.
But you know that's what they believe.
Yeah. And that's why I cringe at the term partnership, because that's what it is. All it is simply a transactional thing. You do this for me, I'm gonna do this for you. But the crazy part about it, Lionel, is that we both could agree that the only person who's doing the transaction is the man
The man.
versus the woman. So it's one way street. South Pass salute.
My aunt and uncle were married for 19 years. And my aunt thought that they was just in a regular relationship, thought they were cool. They went to marriage counseling in year 19. She found out how much her husband hated her and their relationship.
Mm.
And the marriage counseling did something because he divorced her right after it.
Mm.
She had no clue.
Mm-mm-mm. So Buddy never communicate that to her, how much he didn't like her.
What's funny about this is that I've been around him and he communicated in certain ways. It was never something direct though. So I do blame that on him. But he did show his lack of enthusiasm around her and things that she did and lack of appreciation. And when they went to marriage counseling, oh, he let it all out.
Mm-hmm. So did it have anything to do with like infidelity or anything toxic other than he just didn't like her?
She wasn't a toxic person. I can tell you that for fact. She wasn't a toxic person. He can't even give you a story on how she was toxic, but it was more so that he felt trapped with her. He felt like he just had to do too much for her, despite she wasn't asking, but he felt like he had to do too much for her, and he didn't like it. He didn't like being a parent, essentially, and he didn't like being a husband.
Mm-hmm.
And therapy, them getting it out from that perspective was his way out. Now, how he did it was messed up. There's definitely some grimy things he did at the end of that. But she had no idea, which was really the thing. Because she never asked him if he was happy.
Hmm. She only
She
just
just
assumed it.
assumed, yeah, she just assumed.
But I mean, even that situation, bro, it's more so his fault because he never took the opportunity to really talk about it, just let it all out. He waited for an opportune moment to do that. And y'all already know how I feel about relationships, especially marriage and stuff. I feel like As long as the relationship is not, toxic, like severely toxic, where you're dealing with narcissism and abuse and different things like that. If it ain't in that element, I honestly feel like that you should not divorce at all. Period. That you need to work
Oh,
it out.
Urban, I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. I absolutely blame him, which is why I said he did some grimy stuff to make it toxic. Hence the
Mm-hmm.
divorce came.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Because
That
she was trying to make it work. He didn't
yeah,
want it to work.
yeah, that's some bullshit right there for real.
And now he has himself a nice lady that has no self-esteem that he can run all over.
Of course. Of course. and the cycle continues. Now this dude feels create a whole new villain arc with that lady. Well, she gonna
So
get
here's the
all
thing.
tired of the bullshit with him.
So here's the thing. I have another aunt and uncle. They were married for they was married for like 30 years. But the husband wasn't happy. The wife wasn't happy. But they never communicated that because it was all about the kids. But yet they neglected the kids too. So I mean, take that as you will. And he decided to put God first. And when he put God first before his family, that's when the wife decided to get rid of him. But they actually had that conversation during the divorce, and they both found out they weren't happy with each other.
Hmm. I'm curious. I'm curious. Once again, those of y'all in the chat, do y'all believe that it is healthy for you to put God first over your relationship? Or what do you think, Lionel?
Because that was answering a point you was talking about earlier. I don't think so, because I listen to people tell me you should take advice from people who've had the successful relationships. Now let me know. I don't know that they're I don't know that they're unsuccessful until, of course, the divorce happens. My grandparents have been married for well over 30 years. They hate each other with a capital H. But my grandma doesn't want to divorce him because she doesn't want to go to hell.
Interesting.
And he don't want to divorce her because he's putting God first and his vows. But they hate each other. Don't live in the same house anymore. By all metrics, they don't mess with each other no more. But they're still married.
Mm-hmm. Those of y'all in the chat who agree with that concept of that you should put God first over your relationship. Let me challenge y'all on this. In Genesis, right? It's stated in Genesis that a man should leave his father and mother's house and cleave to his wife. Do y'all understand what that's talking about? If we look at it in the context that God is considered as the parent over Adam, right? Why would God say that? Why would God tell Adam that you should leave your mother and father's house or your parents' house and cleave to your wife? This is the reason why. Is because that even God understand that you have to put your relationship even over God. That doesn't mean that you do not respect God or respect, who God is, but you more so prioritizing your relationship. Because even God understood that concept. That's why God said that in Genesis that you should leave your father and mother house and cleave to your wife. Right? Or am I misinterpreting that? Or I'm just reaching, that's what people say.
Hey, I'm learning from you. I want to hear what the rest of the people got to say.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I want to hear y'all perspective on this, when we think about it from that concept. Because if that was a so, that God would have never said that, right? Because even there, where you even there, where you look at modern day relationships, right? What is the number one problems that people deal with in modern day relationship? One of it is dealing with finances. What's the other
Finance.
problem? The first problem is finances. The second problem is with who? Parents. The mother or the father or even both. Right?
Oh, they also say
Women,
cheating.
yeah, cheating the third thing. But women would say this about men often. You are just a mama's boy. You a mama's boy. You let your mama run our relationship. The Bible said that you should want to cleave to your wife. So it's okay, it's acceptable for you to say that dealing with the mom and dealing with the father, but when they deal with God, the creator, that's not acceptable. And we see it happening in real time right now with men who are religious leaders right now. They'll literally put God or hence their religion even over their family, where they're nonstop in the church, nonstop traveling, nonstop doing this, nonstop doing that, where the woman or the wife has been neglected. And then end up creating a villain arc with that woman where she end up hating dealing with dudes who are preachers and pastors. Right? I'm just saying. So I'm just throwing it out there, give y'all a different perspective about it. Just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
I grew up watching this literally with one of my family members. It was literally him putting God first, the church first. Wife was neglected, kids was neglected. They literally got evicted because he chose to pay the tithes and offering to the church rather than pay his bills. That was their leader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was their leader. Yep. And these are the guys that lead the young people.
Yeah, leading these young people even into simping.
Yeah. Like, and so that's why the conversation is important. Now, I don't know if some people what they're going to take from it, but it is important. But a lot of the women, no, it's not. I don't want to say a lot. It's some women know about it, some women don't. Some women don't see guys sipping for them, but yet when they explain it, you let them talk. It's only because they didn't know the term for it. You find out, oh yeah, you've had like 50 cents for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes at work probably simp for you. Your neighbor probably does it.
So they call them dudes that work on house husbands, house boyfriends, right?
Them house husbands.
Yeah.
Work husband.
Work boyfriends. My bad. Work husband. They call them work husbands and stuff. Work boyfriends and all stuff, right?
And then you're supposed to be okay with that. It's nothing serious.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with him getting me some McDonald's. Taking me out. Knowing good well you got a whole husband that
whole
does that.
Husband. And then you have women who will defend this. They will defend the girls that are doing it. But I mean, they're going to make complaints. This guy wasn't giving me a certain thing. They had that whole thing that came out with the therapist a couple years ago when the therapist was releasing the notes, not the notes, but releasing how much the women were cheating. And it came out during a whole conversation on who cheats more, men or women. And a lot of therapists were saying that they couldn't exactly say who cheats more, but they'll definitely tell you that there's a lot of wives cheating on their husbands.
Mm-hmm. And they cheat on it because of the entitlement part. Because
I agree.
that it, that's what they say. They say I cheat on him because he wasn't giving me what I wanted. Is that not what they say?
That's exactly what they say.
He's not giving me what I wanted, so I just seek it out elsewhere. That's that entitlement mentality.
And it goes back to it's not actually the women teaching this. They're learning this from the men, unfortunately.
Yep, I agree. Because once again, the man is the leader. He's the head, right? If he's already having this type of behavior, right, and he's teaching her this as well too, guess what? She's naturally just going to pick it up and use it for her benefit.
Mhm. And I thought it was real interesting that you brought up the husbands right after I had said it, because you was talking and I'm like, I think I see more husbands doing it than the actual just regular dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is. It is.
Because they're the main ones saying it's all about the wives. They still living that happy wife, happy life, except they're not having a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
When the red pill thing was at its peak, you had the husbands coming out, some of them going against it. Like, why would you say this about your wife? Or why would you say this about the women? Being the white knights trying to defend the women. But if you let them talk long enough, they always had the same thing. They was always saying, you're not supposed to talk about this in public. Pretty much confirming how they were feeling.
Yep. Facts.
But I keep saying the women don't ask these men questions. That's the number one thing they don't ask. Is the man happy?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just there. He's just there in a relationship. Simping away. Simping
Yep.
his soul away.
Yep. Because he thinking that's what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. Thinking that's what he's supposed to do. As a man, he's supposed to simp for his wife.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about it that deep, bro, that's where this whole bring it to the table concept comes from. Dudes
Yup.
sitting up here bringing up, well, I bring the whole entire table. I bring the table and the chairs. I'm gonna build it out. I'm gonna do all this. And this dude doing all this work while she sit up here does not doing nothing. Instead of understanding that, hey, you got your wife, your help me there. Why the hell are you building the table by yourself? Why are you not asking her to help you? That's the whole point why she's there, right? To help you. Why she's not help building the table? Why she's not helping you build the chairs?
So I'm going to say this, and maybe the women that follow you are a little different, but y'all not that much different, calling you out. Because my mom is someone who makes 7 figures, and she's around women who make this money, and too many of them have the same mentality about, when I get me a guy or the guy that I have, even though they're making this money, they still expect him to basically provide. They expect him to be the majority, paying the majority of things, doing the majority of things, setting up the majority of things. And then I'm sitting here like, so what are y'all doing exactly? Y'all got all this money,
Mm-hmm.
but you still expect him? And then y'all get mad when y'all get a dude that's making 60, 80K a year. But then despite the overwhelming pay gap, you still expect him to do the most. So when the guys are asking, what do you bring to the table? Even when you're the rich girl, they're expecting you to literally bring the majority of the work while they just sitting on their money.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Facts, facts. Constant salute. Max salute. Welcome, welcome. Yep, I agree. And that goes back to what I was saying again is that hey, if y'all talking about this whole table concept, the woman she's supposed to be to help me. She's supposed to be helping you build together. So she's supposed to be helping you build that table. She's supposed to be helping you build the chairs. She's supposed to be helping you figure out what place you're gonna put that table, where it can be sustainable. She's supposed to be helping you decorate the table and all that stuff. Right? Instead of you just doing it all on your own. And then guess what? You end up getting burnt out as a man. Getting burnt out, man. I'm
They get
exhausted.
burnt out.
And then that's what, just like you said with Buddy earlier, he got so burnt out, exhausted, he wanted to get out.
You know, to add to that, and I'm keeping it 100, it did get to the point where my aunt was making more than him, but she made it look like, and she made sure everyone knew that he was the breadwinner, that he was taking care of everything. She put him on that pedestal, but in reality, she was out earning him by a little bit, by a good margin, but she tried to make sure that he felt like a man by making sure he took care of a lot of things. She concentrated more so on the kids and the house. You know, cooking every night, literally making sure the kids went to their activities, made sure they was doing good in school, all of that. But he still ended up getting burnt out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Facts. Facts, facts. I agree.
But these guys, I don't think they're being completely honest, though. But again, I don't think they're getting asked the right questions either. So maybe I can't say they're not being honest because they're pretty much just telling you, they're asking what's wrong with being a simp. As a man, you're supposed to be a simp. But I don't think they're being, and like Speak said earlier, these guys don't really believe what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then people don't look at it at the point that how the way I'm presented about being a simp. I'm presented as it's being a behavior issue, where it's a toxic mental behavior, which it is.
They don't love
Because
themselves.
people don't think about it like that. Yeah, they don't. They don't love themselves. They're insecure. They need validation. All the things that women talk about men. That you're insecure. You need validation. You need this and that. That's exactly what a beta male simp does. But yet it's still these same type of women out there. They'll accept these beta male simps.
Did Russell Wilson not have a whole video where he was basically defending why he was a simp?
Mm-hmm.
And you had all the women talking about how much of a man he was. That's not what the men heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. We heard it clearly for what it was. And
Yeah,
then
we
was telling, we was telling them like, hey, Buddy is simping for real. You just jealous of him. You're jealous because he making more money than you.
Man, we don't care about that crap.
So don't. Even when we was supposed about Derrick Jackson too, like man, Derrick Jackson's the biggest. He's the second biggest beta male simp out there, and we was telling you about that. Oh no!
Before he came out,
y'all need to be like Derrick Jackson. They was so messed up about Derrick Jackson's that after when that dude got exposed for doing what he was doing on his wife, guess what? Them women still accepted that dude
The
and
women
still
still
let him
followed him,
simple. Yeah, even to this day, they're still simping for him.
still saying we need to be like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't tell the difference between the panderers or the ones that's giving them real advice.
Yep.
That's all the
Who
women
else?
taught us.
Yep. Who else be out here simping? Yada. He be simping. Yada Awakening. That dude be simping hard. And he's married. He that married man, what we talking about? Where he sat up here talking about, yeah, it's okay for you to simp for your woman and do this and do that. It's okay
It
for you to
is
work the
the
whole
married
paycheck.
men who be giving that advice.
Give your wife the whole paycheck and let her just figure it out.
It is the
Wow as
married
hell.
men who be giving that advice.
Mm-hmm. Then who else? Steve Harvey. Yep.
Oh man, Steve
Who's
Harvey,
married by the way too.
Mister, I've been divorced 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what happened with his wife, the last one, messing with the bodyguard and the chef. The bodyguard and the chef. But the women are telling us these are the guys we should be listening to.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Need to listen to them because they got all the answers. Nope.
And again, look, listen. So if these women are going to direct us to these guys, all they're doing is going to make us more unattractive.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying what the women want to hear, but when the men do this, the women don't respect you no more.
Yep. Because in that moment, that's what they emotionally want. But once when they get it, then this is when they lose respect for it. Like, well, this ain't really what I wanted.
So I gotta ask, why do single mothers get blamed for raising the beta males when the beta males are literally taking advice from the men?
That's a good question. That is a good
Be-
question. Go
Because
ahead.
when I talk to women, or when I talk to mothers in general, the advice that they're telling me that they're giving to their sons doesn't sound like beta men advice. But when I listen to the men, it absolutely sounds like beta male advice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, the pushback on that is that they said the reason why is because she's being both feminine and masculine at the same time. Second excuse that they give it is because, well, since she being feminine and masculine at the same time, that therefore the son is going to be a beta because he's learning from her because all she's doing is just um making her son become the man who she's missing or the man that she need to be with.
Mhm. I can see that argument. Mhm. But if the man ends up taking the advice, though, from the men who are teaching him how to be a beta, that becomes my issue now, because now that becomes a paradox. Because if he's taking the advice from these guys, then what effect did the mom really have?
Mm-hmm. That's a good argument.
I'm just curious because I know the single mom is going to get quick to get blamed, and she has been blamed. But then I'm just curious because all I see are these single moms trying to bring all these random dudes around the boys so they can teach them how to be the man.
Mm-hmm.
Here, listen to this man. Here's a grown man for you to, take up. Here, talk to this man. This isn't to say I don't see the bad moms who are sitting here like, no, this man shouldn't talk to my son this way. But I also see the moms who are trying to bring men around to teach them how to do things. And most of these men are basically saying, yeah, get rich for a woman.
Yep. Repeating the
Yeah, do
same
this so you
Reddit.
can
Yep.
get a wife.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true.
That's
Get
why I
get
asked the
rich so you can
question.
get a wife. Yeah, get rich so that you can get a wife. Start simping and all the stuff there. Get her gifts
Everything
or
is for the woman. That is the advice these guys give. Not be better for yourself, be better so you can get that woman. So when women are sitting here saying that that don't make sense, they don't understand, they've never seen that, my question becomes, have you ever talked to a man and asked him those questions? Because a lot of these guys have been told your value pretty much rests on what you can do for a woman.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been taught that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That is so true. So
So
true.
that's why I say these women do not ask men questions. They just sit here and assume, or they'll sit there and, instantly say he needs to get therapy, or he should know better, or he should get to know himself or this is try to show you what a real man looks like. But yet he's most likely grown up being told your value depends on what you can do for a woman, not anything that has to do with you, your happiness, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed.
So that's
Agreed.
why I challenge women to actually ask these questions to the men. But this is why there are so many women having a problem with the barbershop talks that's happening right now, because they've never actually asked men what real questions.
Yep. So we should be asking the question: when should they be engaging this? When should they ask these correct questions towards the men?
That's a good question. I ask the most random questions whenever. We can just be meeting and I'm going to ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
But people love to say there should be a right time to ask particular questions. But these women, quote unquote, you having all these male friends, and yet they don't know nothing about men. Or they're
Mm-hmm.
so surprised when they're hearing all this new stuff, which isn't new stuff.
Yep. So is there
When is
really
it?
is there really a such thing as the right time
I
to
don't think
ask a
there is,
question or communicate?
because that's all it is. You're communicating. You're trying to get to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to gain perspective, but they put limitations on it. I'll give a case in point. Women love to do this, which is why I ignore it, but it's something I've called them out on, because they'll sit here and bring up, you've heard it before, the emotional situation. Men should be allowed to cry when their mom dies, a family member dies. They put
Mm-hmm.
conditions on when a man should be able to cry. So they tell him he needs to be emotional. Y'all heard it from the 80s and the 90s. Women saying men need to be more in touch with their feminine side. They need to be more emotional. They need to be able to connect with us better. But then they create the conditions in which a man can only do that.
Mm-hmm.
I ignore that shit.
Yep.
Not saying I cry, but I'm just saying, like, I bring up whatever I want whenever I want. You're not putting conditions on me.
Yeah. Period.
They put conditions on when it's appropriate to have this particular conversation. You got to ignore that. Any dude that falls for that, you're entering beta territory.
Yep. Exactly.
Don't let them dictate that. You want to have this conversation, bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should get to know me a little bit more. I don't need to know that much. We're having a conversation. We grown adults. Let's talk.
Exactly.
You hear it in the spaces all the time when they're telling you people don't have conversations, quote unquote, like this in real life. What, don't y'all think that's a problem?
That's a huge problem. Because these conversations should be had. Actually, in the beginning, the very beginning when you're meeting that person, like you saying, it should be had. You should be asking all these type of thought-provoking questions so you can understand where this person coming from instead of asking this general stuff to my, hey, what do you like to go eat at? Me too. What do you like to do for fun? Me too. Like, forget that bullshit. Let's get into some real stuff. I really want to know where your mind is at.
So what's one thing you're hearing right now? These women are complaining. They feel like these men don't know how to have a conversation. And then I have to question that. Because when I'm talking to these women, and I mean, you've seen some of the stuff I've written. When I'm talking to these quote unquote college educated women, these women who got 4 degrees, they can't hold a conversation with me. So then I'm challenging them on, well, you're saying that these men you talk to can't hold a conversation.